After the passing of Young Dolph in 2021 and Big Juke in 2024, many fans are left wondering what is the real story behind the deaths and how did the beef come about. Now, this is the most authentic full story on YouTube and the real story on the beef that ended several lives in the span of just 3 years. Make sure you subscribe and watch the full video so you don't miss anything. August 2014. In 2014, following the release of Young Dolph's mixtape, High Class Street Music 4, American Gangsta, Young Dolph would make an appearance on Sway in the Morning to discuss the project. During the interview, Dolph would touch on his decision not to sign a record deal with Yo Gotti, explaining that he would rather see his own investment in himself all the way through rather than latch onto another artist's movement. Dolph would later point to Yo Gotti taking offense to Dolph's decision as a result of their beef, although Gotti has never confirmed that he was bothered. February 11, 2016. Young Dolph disses Yo Gotti on Twitter. The bubbling friction between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti became apparent on February the 11th, 2016, when Dolph sent a subliminal shot at his Memphis counterpart. Using Twitter to let his feelings be known, Dolph alleged that Yo Gotti wasn't fond of his growing success, tweeting, "Bruh went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater," in reference to Gotti's failed attempt to add Dolph to his CMG label. Despite Dolph not mentioning Gotti by name, it was clear who Dolph's words were aimed at and would set off a chain of events that would result in a deadly beef. February the 18th, 2016. Young Dolph titles his new album King of Memphis. Young Dolph raised a few eyebrows in February of 2016 when it was announced that he would be naming his debut album King of Memphis. Now, this came as a shock as rapper Yo Gotti had repeatedly referred to himself as the King of Memphis, so Dolph's album title seemed like a shot directed square at Gotti. Although Gotti would make no public comment on Dolph's decision, those in the Memphis rap scene, as well as the other rap community as a whole, considered the title a slight towards Gotti and Dolph's attempt at overtaking the Memphis rap throne. February 2016. Young Dolph downplays beef with Yo Gotti. During an appearance on Hot 97's Ebro in the Morning show in February 2016, Young Dolph downplayed his beef with Yo Gotti, going as far as to acknowledge the rapper as being one of his earliest supporters. "It's really overstated," Dolph responded when asked about the rumored tension between the two Memphis representatives. Young Dolph also cleared the air about the title of his LP King of Memphis, stating that it wasn't meant to be a diss of any kind and that it was more inspired by him and his crew's mentality. "All my partners king, everybody got some paper, everybody move like I move, and they morals and all that," Dolph explained. A PR move quieting concerns of a brewing war for the crown of Memphis rap. March 2nd, 2016. Black Youngster says he'll slap Young Dolph. The Young Dolph and Yo Gotti beef began to take a turn for the worse on March 2nd, 2016, when Gotti's CMG artist Black Youngster posted a clip on his Instagram account going at Dolph and calling into question his claim of being King of Memphis. "Dolph, you a B. You a soft A ninja. If you got a problem, say you got a problem," said Youngster in the video, which has since been removed from his Instagram account. He then went on to further diss Dolph, calling him a B A ninja before adding, "You ain't even no King of Memphis. You ain't from the city, B." He would also threaten Young Dolph in the post caption, writing, "When I see that ninja at Young Dolph, I'ma smack the S out of him on my life," leaving no question to the drama between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti being as real as the rumors had suggested. March 2nd, 2016. Black Youngster shows up in Young Dolph's neighborhood. After first levying threats against Young Dolph on behalf of Yo Gotti, Black Youngster upped the ante by showing up in Young Dolph's stomping grounds in Memphis with a few of his goons. Capturing the scene on video, Black Youngster and his crew took a stroll through South Memphis' Castalia neighborhood on the hunt for Young Dolph while armed with heavy artillery. Although Black Youngster and company would not run into Dolph, The clip was enough to know that his particular beef is deeper than rap and would soon turn into a bloodbath in the streets of Memphis. March 12, 2016. Yo Gotti speaks on Black Youngster's beef with Young Dolph. Now, when Black Youngster began dissing Young Dolph, many believed that Yo Gotti was responsible for his artist's decision to take the beef into his own hands. But the CMG boss would state otherwise. During an interview with Tim Westwood, Yo Gotti refused to address a beef with Young Dolph, but would comment on Black Youngster's recent antics and threats against Gotti's rival. Little homie on the team, so I'm going to always give him the proper advice that I believe I should give him from like a big brother standpoint or just being the homie standpoint, Gotti said in the clip. My advice, I don't move like that. I'm going to always tell not only him, but any youngin', don't handle your business like this. March 16, 2016. Young Dolph disses Yo Gotti and Black Youngster. Now, after taking the high road for the most part in regards to his beef with Yo Gotti and Black Youngster, on March 16, 2016, Young Dolph responded with a few words of his own via his Instagram account. Posting a series of clips, Dolph didn't hold back, accusing Gotti of hating on Memphis rap legends like 3 6 Mafia, 8Ball MJG, and others, as well as sending Black Youngster to fight his battle and calling the cops on him. First thing first, everybody know it's you, Ho Gotti, that's sending your artist out to say the lame S he been saying and doing, Dolph wrote in his Instagram caption, adding, I guess you still mad cause I didn't never sign with your PA. Or is you still in your feelings cause you fell out with Gucci Mane and you was mad at me because I kept rocking with Gucci. He would later post a picture of a slew of the Memphis rap acts who paved the way for him, all the while continuing to chastise and belittle Yo Gotti, officially getting the beef going and putting the CMG boss / rapper on notice. March 17, 2016. Black Youngster releases song dissing Young Dolph. Now, in response to Young Dolph's comments about him and Yo Gotti, Black Youngster would waste little time in returning the favor in the form of a diss track called Shake Some. Released on March 17, 2016, a day after Dolph's comment, Shake Some saw Black Youngster discrediting Young Dolph's ties to Memphis and his claim to being a king in the city. Adolph don't want to play ho, I'm on tour with the K-Ho, Mac 11, Smith & Wesson's, extended clip 100 rounds on the Draco. How the F you the king of Memphis, you ain't from the city, ninja you from Chicago. F-boy, you better lay low. The killers move when I say so, the CMG artist spits, as he reiterated his feelings about his mentor's friend turned foe. September 9th, 2016. Black Youngster squashes beef with Young Dolph. Now, on September 9th, 2016, months after exchanging words with Young Dolph, Black Youngster declared the beef as squashed during an interview, sharing that Yo Gotti actually liked Young Dolph despite their tension. Youngster laid the beef to rest on his end, but Dolph would not acknowledge that the war words were over, leaving the door open for further turmoil. February the 1st, 2017. Young Dolph drops Play With Yo Bitch. Now, Young Dolph dropped a bomb in the form of Play With Yo Bitch, a diss track levied against Yo Gotti, and saw the rising star taking the gloves off and throwing jabs below the belt. In addition to vicious broadsides like I don't know no gangsters that beef with dykes and alluding to having relations with the mother of Gotti's child, Dolph also paints his nemesis as a hater, rapping, "You came up rapping, dissing 3 6 Mafia." Release and promotion of Dolph's gelato mixtape, Play With Your B, continues the beef between him and Yo Gotti, proving that all love between the two was certainly lost. And also he threw a shot at Yo Gotti's brother, Big Juke, claiming that since he was a B, he's going to call him his sister. February the 1st, 2017. Yo Gotti responds to Dolph's diss track. Now, with Yo Gotti taking the high road and staying silent on his beef with Young Dolph, many were curious as to what his response would be to Dolph's scathing diss track, Play With Your Bitch. But fans did not have to wait long to have that question answered. Hopping on social media shortly after the song was released, Yo Gotti would subliminally allude to being unbothered and unconcerned with his counterpart's words, boasting of his partnership with heavyweights like Jay-Z and L.A. Reid, and posting a photo of himself with the caption, "Never distracted." However, this would be Gotti's only acknowledgement of the diss song, as he would not unleash one of his own. February the 9th, 2017. Young Dolph accuses Yo Gotti of sneak dissing him on songs. Now, due to Black Youngster publicly deading the beef between himself, Yo Gotti, and Young Dolph, many were taken back by Dolph's decision to drop a diss song and reignite the beef. However, Young Dolph would expand on his course of action and what inspired it on February the 9th, 2017, during an appearance on DJ Holiday's radio show. His last two mixtapes, he's trying to sneak diss Dolph. Dolph said, referring to Yo Gotti. "It's like you playing. You want to play? I ain't going to play how you want to play. We're going to play how I want to play. I'm going to expose you." Facts on top of facts. He don't know how to respond, because there ain't no response. The mixtape Dolph was referring to was Cocaine Music 9, White Friday, and Gotti's studio album, The Art of the Hustle. The latter of which outsold Dolph's King of Memphis album, which was released on the same day. February 11, 2017. Yo Gotti drops diss track aimed at Young Dolph. Now, keeping silent and refusing to entertain beef between himself and Young Dolph, Yo Gotti appeared to have had enough, unleashing a diss track of his own titled "Don't Beef With Me" on February the 11th, 2017. Opting to not call out Young Dolph's name, Gotti would instead play the subliminal game, resulting in the record, which featured CMG artists Moneybagg Yo and Black Youngster, amounting to more of a warning shot than an all-out attack. February the 24th, 2017. Young Dolph releases Play With Yo B video. Now, building on the momentum of his Play With Yo Bitch diss track, Young Dolph doubled down on this attack on Yo Gotti, unveiling an accompanying music video to further poke fun at the CMG boss. Casting a Yo Gotti lookalike individual, Dolph would make a mockery of his enemy without an ounce of remorse. February 25th, 2017. Young Dolph's vehicle gets shot up. Now, the rap community was straight shook when it was reported that Young Dolph was a target of a shooting in Charlotte, North Carolina, in which over 100 rounds were fired at his vehicle. Now, as luck would have it, Dolph was unscathed due to the SUV he was riding in being bulletproof, but the incident did little to faze the Memphis rapper. He hit the stage at the local venue later that night, where he performed his Yo Gotti diss track, Play With Yo Bitch, a sign that what many deemed as a message in relation to his beef with Yo Gotti was not a deterrent to him standing on business. March 7, 2017. Young Dolph refers to Yo Gotti beef as old news. Now, spending much of February 2017 waging war against Yo Gotti, Young Dolph appears to be over the situation and focus on the future instead of the past. "That's old news, you know what I'm saying? It's old," Dolph said during an interview on March 7, 2017, when he asked about his beef with Yo Gotti. Young Dolph would also keep it scarce in regards to his comments about the Charlotte shooting that had occurred weeks earlier. Whether that means the beef between the two Memphis rap had died down for good was yet to be seen, but it appeared that the battle had been put to rest for that time being. September 26, 2017. Young Dolph is shot in Hollywood. Now, months after declaring his beef with Yo Gotti as old news, news broke that Young Dolph was the victim of a shooting in Hollywood and rushed to the hospital. While details were scarce, it was reported that Dolph was outside Shoe Palace near the intersection of Hollywood and Highland at the time of the shooting. September 26, 2017. Yo Gotti named person of interest in Young Dolph shooting. Now, hours after reports of rapper Young Dolph being shot in Hollywood, news broke that Yo Gotti was named a person of interest by the LAPD. Now, sources said that Yo Gotti and Young Dolph were both staying at the Loess Hotel at the time of the shooting, and members of both entourages got into an argument that escalated into a fist fight, which ended in gunfire, leaving Young Dolph wounded. September 27, 2017. LAPD says Yo Gotti not a person of interest in Young Dolph's shooting. Now, following reports of the Young Dolph being shot in Hollywood, TMZ reported that the LAPD had named Yo Gotti as a person of interest in connection to the shooting. However, it was later clarified that those reports were unfounded when XXL reached out to LAPD. September 27, 2017. Yo Gotti associate charged with attempted murder in Young Dolph's shooting. Now, a day after news broke of Young Dolph's being shot in Hollywood, LAPD announced that an associate of Yo Gotti was charged with attempted murder in connection to the incident. According to Detective Megan Aguilar, a spokeswoman for the LAPD, Corey McClendon, a member of Yo Gotti's entourage, was arrested the day after the shooting and held on a $1 million bail. At the time of McClendon's arrest, LAPD were still looking for two other men believed to have been involved in the fight with Young Dolph that could possibly be connected to the shooting. September 28, 2017. Yo Gotti associate released without charges. After being arrested on suspicion of attempted murder the day prior in connection to the attempt on Young Dolph's life, Yo Gotti associate Corey McClendon was released without charges. Law enforcement have yet to make any other arrests in connection to that investigation. November the 17th, 2021. Young Dolph is gunned down while at Makita's Cookies in Memphis. Big Juke is seen in a photo with the man that orchestrated the hit by the name of Hernandez Govan, and the streets take notice. Black youngster disrespects the grave of Young Dolph, and Big Juke goes live and makes fun of the death of Young Dolph. Now, several CMG associates are arrested and charged with Dolph's murder. January 2024. Yo Gotti big brother Big Juke is shot and killed after a funeral at a repast in Memphis at Perinon's restaurant. The assailant shot Juke 10 times, and it was reported that a switch was used to carry out the attack. Yo Gotti's mother was almost a victim in the shooting as well, but she fled from the vehicle while shots were being fired. Memphis police revealed that it was a targeted hit, and they caught the assailant's vehicle on surveillance. They also said that they had identified one suspect, and they are looking to identify other suspects. Now, guys, this is the full story of the beef between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, and this is how all the beef escalated, and that's why all these lives have been taken. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. Share these videos. I'm gonna peep y'all on the next one. Hop.